He didn't get much action in university.
Just, I'm surprised he didn't get punched in the face every night. OK, let's talk about this new thing you're doing, a series called Hit the Road, Jack. You've already filmed this? You've already done them all?
Yeah.
Starts on Channel 4 next month. And it's, what is it? It's a documentary series? It's a travel thing?
It's sort of, yeah, it's a bit of everything. Like, I do a stand-up gig in various different places around the country, and we film little sketches, and I stay with the local family as well. That's one of the...
So you go and so you move in with the family?
Yeah, I stay there.
And you see how they live, I guess. So you reflect on the... so I guess you've chosen these families for those that will be more interesting. What kind of families you stay with?
I did a night in Bristol with some farmers.
OK.
I was in Newcastle, where I went out and went on the Toon and got mortal on the Toon.
She went on the Toon?
Yeah.
And what did that family... What did that family do? Who were they?
He's a guy called Paolo. He was really sweet, and he took me out. And we went into Newcastle, and we walked into a bar that we were just going to go in and have a drink in, and they were filming Geordie Shore in it, which is... like, has anyone seen Geordie Shore? Do you know... It's like one of those reality shows, like The Anyways Essex.
Like The Anyways
Although
Essex.
It's not like The Anyways Essex. Geordie Shore makes The Anyways Essex look like Downton Abbey. Yeah. Like, they literally just have sex all the time on Geordie Shore. And they were in there, all these... Oh, there they are. You've got them up there. That was the one that came up and sort of hit on me. She wore a skin-tight fishnet boob tube. And I'm not, like, a fashion expert, but the skin-tight fishnet boob tube, that's quite hard to pull off.
It's quite hard to pull off. But, you know, they dress to please.
She was a girl that was no stranger to a kebab as well. Like, it wasn't a good... No, I'm not being mean. But she walked into this bar, she looked like a manatee that had been hauled in by a sea trawler. It was not a good look.
How did you respond to this young lady?
Well, they sort of attacked... They cornered me, but in the...
Well, no wonder if you've been saying stuff like that about them.
I'd tweeted something about them at some point.
What did you say?
Watching the show that... I can't remember what it's something silly.
It was just off the cuff remark,
I said something about how it was on MTV and it should be on the Discovery Channel. Something silly like that. And they were cornering me. And they're like, why has been saying all of these things about us? But in a sort of Geordie voice. It was pretty mad, though.
Your Geordie accent is exceptional. That really... That actually sounded more like a manatee than someone from Newcastle. OK, so we have a clip. And what's it called? It's called Jack... Hit the Road, Jack.
Yeah, Alan Partridge came up with the title.
Hit the Road, Jack. When does it start on Channel 4? Next month?
That's a good point.
I think next month.
I don't know. Next month.
Let's do it again. When does it start on Channel 4?
Next month.
That's some of the worst acting I've ever seen on this show.
Okay.
Ready? OK. When's it start on Channel 4?
Next month.
Excellent. Let's have a... Let's have a look at a clip. This is What's Up, Jack, or whatever it's called.
No, it's not all that! Tomorrow at 5:30. Not gonna happen.
Not only did they get me up at 5:30, they also made me lend them a hand.
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Literally.
What is that? Is that his badge? Yeah. If you're going far enough, you get a lovely ball.
So, we've just been checking the cows to feel the calf's head.
You want to go that hole? In the top hole? The top one.
Oh, my God, I think we can go.
You go back to the top of the hole. Just keep going straight in.
Stop it! Stop contracting!
You know, that is the glamour of show business right there.
That's my Rebecca Lewis moment, isn't it? I did that as well afterwards. I was like... Because he was like... It was to check on the pregnancy to see whether the calf was all right. And I did it. And the guy, Will, who was the farmer, he was really sweet. I said, I cannot believe on television I've just put my hand in a cow's vagina. And he went, that weren't the vagina.
On that classy note, ladies and gentlemen, will you join me in saying thank you? What a splendid guest and continued success to you. Yeah, lovely. Yeah. Jack Whitehall, ladies and gentlemen. Stop contracting. Jack Whitehall, nice job, thank you. Let me share this with you. Some big entertainment news this week, and this is genuinely big entertainment news. Simon Cowell has said that the winner of this next series, the upcoming series of Britain's Got Talent, is going to be sent up into space. That's the prize. Which makes a change, because normally they're just blasted into obscurity. But no, this time, into space. This could lead to the thing we all fear, a talent show space race. What if a Russian ventriloquist gets there first? And if the team got to space, at least Ant can finally meet up with his family. Just in case you're confused, that isn't a genuine photograph, OK? Stuff my next guest. He is, of course, the fabulous Earl of Grantham from Downton Abbey, Mr. Hugh Bonneville. Hugh Bonneville, come in, take a seat. Great to have you here. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. Miss Piggy is quite something. She really is.
She's not. Is she kind of being forward with you?
Well, not with me, but the Arctic Monkeys are going to have to change their name, I think.
Wow. So, congratulations on the success of Downton Abbey. I'm a huge fan, I'm sure. Do we have any big Downton fans in here? What a show that is. And really, what a great success it's been, not just here, all over the world. Do people recognise you more now because of that? And do they treat you differently because you play such a kind of character of wealth and breeding and just good manners?
No, is the answer. But, I mean, I suppose they do recognise you, you know, more. And there's been an interesting difference between the first and the second series. In the first series, people would do what I call the supermarket turn, and you're probably very familiar with this, which is you're, you know, doing your shopping in the supermarket, and it's usually a couple, a gentleman and a lady, and suddenly the wife will do this to her husband, and she'll go, "Don't look round, Dennis, don't look round." And so that's the supermarket turn, and then, of course, they just do a lot of that. And, but this, recently, it's come to the zoo moment, which, in the second series, I've noticed that people have given up on the, sort of any sort of, you know, being discreet about look who's over there. And I was looking in a bookshop the other day, and someone came up about 4 feet away from me, said, Janine, yeah, it's him, it is him. Yeah, it is you, isn't it? So, yeah.
Well, you know, it's such a popular series. People love it so much. That's, I guess, why they want to see you. They want to say hi. Do they ask you questions? They ask you, what are the kind of repeat offenders when you get questions asked? What do they most want to know about the series?
Really, it's a story I'd like the answer to, which is what happens next.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe been one of the reasons the show's caught on, is that you feel you're watching a period drama like a Jane Austen adaptation, but in this, no one knows what happens next.
And there's cliffhanger after cliffhanger, emotional moment and tense moments. No one knows what's going to happen at the moment. You've got, oh, what's his face? What's his name up for murder?
Mr. Bates.
Mr. Bates, I cannot say. Mr. Bates is up for murder. You know, and you've got the daughter's run away with the chauffeur, and man, it's all kicking off.
I know. And
Lady Mary.
Lady Mary, possibly getting married.
Maybe.
You know. She said yes, anyway. I mean, I genuinely don't know what's going to happen.
So
next.
how soon, how long in advance of filming do you get the scripts? Because the next series you're going to start, is it this summer you're going to film it?
In a couple of weeks we start filming. We start in the middle of February.
So you must have seen some of the scripts so far.
Absolutely nothing.
What?
No. I mean, I know they've been written, but, you know, they're tweaking and fine-tuning and all that, and I've said before, it is like unwrapping a Christmas present. I really get excited each time a script, you know, plops through the letterbox, so I'm dying to know what happens.
I can't wait.
Especially if I'm still in it. I don't know.
Well, I feel they couldn't do it without you. Well, you're in the opening title sequence. Well, it's not just you. It's mainly a shot of a dog's arse, is what it starts with.
Yes.
Which is an odd sequence to begin a big historic drama with a dog's backside.
Yeah, with my name on it. Yeah. Yeah, I was very grateful to the producers for that, but since most of my lines seem to come out of it anyway, so...
But it must be fun to shoot, especially working with Dame Maggie Smith, who I've met very briefly, and I know she doesn't come on television shows like this, so we've never managed to... I would love to have her on a show, but it must be slightly intimidating working with her, even though I'm sure she tries to put you at ease, but it must be something you think, it's Dame Maggie Smith.
Well, you can't help that, but, you know, really, when you think... You know, she played Desdemona to Olivier's Othello and that sort of thing. She's won 2 Oscars. And here I am sitting next to her at yet another dining scene in Downton Abbey with, you know, manky quail and that sort of thing. That's the name of the food, not an actor,
I thought that might have been one of the daughters, yeah.
We work with manky quail. But, no, she is a living legend and delivers those, you know, fantastic lines that Julian's written for her and no one else.
Does she turn up wearing Uggs and a kind of a sort of tracksuit like everyone else, or is she...?
Pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
You know, you mentioned the dining room scenes there, and we had the 3 beautiful young ladies from Downton Abbey on the show over Christmas, and they told me that you don't hold back when it comes to a sausage.
Yeah, interestingly, the You haven't probably seen the girls in public recently, but that's because I've locked them in the attic since they said that.
But no, they said that you particularly, they said, of all the actors, I'm not saying, so you particularly seem to relish the banquet scenes, and that the plate after plate of sausages disappears when you're there.
Well, you see, they do make particularly good breakfast sausages.
Wow.
And I did actually manage to get about 9 takes going once, you know. Even though we got the scene on the first take, I thought, that's a really good sausage, so, you know.
You're going to get the nickname Nine Sausage Bonneville.
Oh, don't.
That's what they're going to start calling you. I would be both delighted and I would be hugely embarrassed if Nine Sausages caught on as a nickname for you.
Yeah, I think you're working on trying to make it do that.
But you have, you know, I'm thrilled that you have this success right now, because I think you were someone who... Everyone's seen any number of things, but you weren't necessarily always... they didn't always necessarily put the name to the face. You know, I get the feeling that you look like... There's a few other people, and I've often thought I've seen you in things and it's someone else. Do you get that a lot? Do you get people mistaking you for other people?
I've had the odd... Yeah. In the past, I've had... I was chased across Sloane Square once by a paparazzo who wouldn't believe that I wasn't Paul Burrell.
Oh, that's
so.
Well, we have a picture. Let's have a look at you and see. There's Paul Burrell. People actually went. They gasped at the similarity there.
In fact, he could get. Oh my God, he could get a part in Downton Abbey. You know, wouldn't have to train him or anything.
Yeah. But you're more roguishly handsome than he is, if I may say so.
Hey,
okay.
hey.
You get mistaken for Colin Firth. I think I've mistaken you for Colin Firth on occasion.
A few years ago, yes.
Look at that. The same slightly confused look in your eyes.
God, I look really terrified. Where the hell's that from? Bloody hell.
There was another name that came up. Please don't take this the wrong way.
Here we go.
Eamon Holmes. No, look. You could be...
Two very handsome men.
And so, have you ever done that thing where you have signed an autograph when someone has come up thinking you were Colin Firth or...
Yes. For a few years after Pride and Prejudice, I was able to, you know, dine out on being Colin Firth, but no, that seems to have died down now.
Congratulations on 2012. I hope you've been watching 2012. It's a very funny sitcom. Well, how would you describe? I guess it's just about the kind of bureaucracy that surrounds the upcoming Olympics. Would that be fair?
Yes, that's about right. It's written and directed by John Morton, who wrote the rather brilliant People Like Us several years ago, and it's the same sort of, if you like, fly-on-the-wall type documentary, and this happens to be set against the backdrop of the Olympics, but it's really about any sort of management structure, be it from the village hall church committee to running the Olympics. And yes, so we've done one series, and there's more to come.
It seems quite believable to me. I don't know whether you've had any contact with people actually involved in the run-up to the games, but it seems to me like it could be the way it is.
They thought we'd bugged their offices when they'd seen the first series. Because some of the things you really couldn't have predicted. Our first episode was about the countdown clock going wrong, and it went out. It was transmitted on the night that the countdown clock went wrong. So it was a bit, you know, life imitating art and all that.
I can't wait to see. When is Downton actually back on? When is it actually going to be on our screens? You said you're going to film it now. Is it...
Yeah, we start filming in February, and it'll take five and a bit months. And so I'm guessing if the last 2 years are anything to go by, it'll be on sometime in September, I guess.
And please tell me this isn't going to be the last series.
I've no idea. I really don't even know what's happening in the next episode, let alone any future series. But, you know, it seems to have been embraced so hugely that there may be, but who knows? You know, one way of prolonging it is, because obviously they're moving along in leaps and bounds, they could go back to the early days, and we could have the Earl when he was a young man, played by our posh friend right there. Hey. It's obvious casting. Well, what would... Sorry. What would the lady do?
I was just talking to my new lady of the manor, Miss Piggy here. Yeah. I wanted a micro pig for Christmas and my mum wouldn't give it to me, but I found one of my own.
Yeah, in your dreams.
Have you managed to get drunk in the time since you've left the house?
Jonathan, you ruined my chances with Miss Piggy. There's gonna be trouble.
I think you ruined your chances a long time ago.
You've only been gone for 10 minutes. How young are you that one glass of wine and you're drunk?
It's free!
Those are the days, weren't they, Hugh? Those are the days.
Later on, we're going to make a sausage roll. That was too far. I didn't mean it.
Real funny.
I know.
I love the fact that Alex is sitting there pretending this isn't happening.
I think I'm gonna have to hold him back in a minute.
I'm fine.
Hugh Bonneville, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you. Great to have you here.